Welcome back my friends. Today we are going to learn 100 most useful and important English words. If you can recognize and correctly use all 100 words presented in this series, your chances for success on any English tests like TOEFL and IELTS are excellent. The first word is corpse. Corpse. Corpse means a dead body, usually a person. For example, when given all the data on the corpse, the professor was able to solve the murder. The corpse later raised in the vacant coffin. Conceal. Conceal. Conceal means hide. Trace could not conceal his love for Gloria. Nurse Thompson wanted to conceal the fact that she is a millionaire. Dismal. Dismal. Dismal means dark and depressing. When the weather is so dismal, I sometimes stay in the bed all day. The dismal song of a bird that has lost her mate made me sad. Fright. Fright. Fright means very cold. The northern part of Canada becomes fright in winter. Inside the butcher's freezer, the temperature was fright. The next word is inhabit. Inhabit. Inhabit means live in. For example, Eskimos inhabit the Fright part of Alaska. Amazon forest inhabited by the various birds and animals. Numb. Numb. Numb means insensitive or without the power of feeling. My fingers quickly became numb in the fright room. When the nurse stuck a pin in my numb leg, I felt nothing. Peril. Peril. Peril means danger. There is a great peril in trying to climb the mountain. Our library is filled with stories of perilous adventure. Recline. Recline. Recline means lie down or lean back. Richard likes to recline in front of the television set. My dog's greatest pleasure is to recline by the warm fireplace. Shriek. Shriek. Shriek means scream. The house cleaner shrieked when she discovered the corpse. With a loud shriek, Ronald fled from the room. The next word is tempt. Tempt. Tempt means to try to get someone to do something. It is like testing or inviting someone to do something. For example, a piece of pizza can tempt me to break my diet. Your offer of a job tempts me greatly. Wagger. Wagger. Wagger means bait. I lost a wagger on the Super Bowl. After winning the wagger, Jack treated everyone to free drinks. To motivate me to create more videos, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the bell. Typical. Typical. Typical means usual. For example, the horse ran its typical race, a slow start and slower finish, and my ankle lost his bait. It is difficult to say hello when we meet each other. Minimum. Minimum. Minimum means the least possible amount or the lowest amount. Studies show that adults need a minimum of 6 hours sleep. The minimum charge for a telephone, even if no calls are made, is about $60 a month. Scare. Scare. Scare means rare or something which is hard to get. Cars that are older than 100 years are scare. How scare are good cooks? Annual. Annual. Annual means something that happens once a year, like birthday. For example, plants that live only 1 year are called annuals. The annual convention of musicians takes place in Hollywood. Persuade. Persuade. Persuade means to enforce or to oblige. For example, I persuaded him to study medicine. He persuaded us that this car is better, and we bought it. Essential. Essential. It means necessary or very important. The best and simple example for essential is this. We are learning 504 absolutely essential words. It is essential to follow the rules. Blend. Blend. It means mixture or mixed together thoroughly. For example, the color of rainbow blend into one another. A careful blend of fine products will result in delicious food. Visible. Visible. Visible means able to be seen. Burj Khalifa in Dubai is visible from many kilometers of distance. Max used to become visible only when there was nothing important to do. Expensive. Expensive. It means high-priced. For example, diamonds are one of the most expensive things in the world. In California, houses are becoming expensive. Talent. Talent. Talent means a natural ability or capacity for achievements. Big companies like Microsoft and Google hires most talented people. High-paid employees are talented in many fields. Devise. Devise. Devise means plan or invent. Pay attention to this. Devise and device are not the same. Tesla Incorporation devised a new cars that moves with electricity. Chinese scientists devised a new instrument for measuring temperature. Wholesale. Wholesale. Wholesale means in large quantity or less than retail in price. For example, by buying my notebooks and pens wholesale, I can save $60. Many people were angered by the wholesale slaughter of birds. Vapor. Vapor. Vapor means fog, mist, or a mass of very small drops of liquid which float in the air. For example, scientists have devised methods for trapping vapor in the bottle so they can study its makeup. He has gathered data on the amount of vapor rising from the swamp. Eliminate. Eliminate. Eliminate has three different meanings and usages. The first one is to completely get rid of something that is unnecessary or unwanted. For example, there is no solution that will eliminate the possibility of theft. The second meaning is to defeat a team or person in a competition. For example, our team was eliminated in the first round. The third meaning is to kill someone to prevent them from causing trouble. For example, a ruthless dictator who eliminated all his rivals. Remember that in everyday English people usually say get rid of rather than eliminate. For example, it is almost impossible to get rid of the problems of society. Villain. Villain. Villain means a bad person or the main bad character in a film or a story. For example, a good man in an evil society seems the greatest villain of all. The villain concealed the corpse in the underground. The next word is dense. Dense. Dense means compacted, compressed, or something that is closely packed together. For example, his keen knife cut through dense jungle. But in the informal form, dense means not able to understand things easily, like stupid. For example, am I being dense? I don't quite understand. In technique, dense means a substance that is dense has a lot of mass in relation to its size. For example, water is 800 times denser than air. Utilize. Utilize. Utilize means take advantage of something or make use of something. For example, the company had developed a new way to utilize solar energy. But in everyday English, people usually say use rather than utilize. For example, the money will be utilized to build a new sports hall. The money will be used to build a new sports hall. Humid. Humid. Humid means damp, muggy, or it means very wet and hot weather. For example, Tokyo is extremely humid in midsummer. It means Tokyo has wet and hot weather in the summer. This humid weather gives me a headache. Theory. Theory. Theory means an idea that has not yet been proved to be true. For example, different theories about how brain works. Darwin's theory of evolution, I'm taking a course on political theory. Descend. Descend. Descend means go or come down from a higher place to a lower level. For example, if you let the air out of the balloon, it will have to descend. The pilot, thinking his plane was in danger, descended quickly. Circulate. Circulate. Circulate means to move around within a system. For example, swimming helps to get the blood circulating the muscles. Hot water circulates through the pipes in the building, keeping the room warm. Enormous. Enormous. Enormous, huge or extremely large. For example, Jack lives in an enormous house. It means Jack lives in a large house. The gallant king drew his sword and killed the enormous dragon. Predict. Predict. Predict means tell beforehand or saying the result of something before it's happening. For example, I predict that it will be a boy. It means the baby is not born yet, but we say the gender of the baby beforehand. Snow is predict for tomorrow. Vanish. Vanish. Vanish means disappear or hide. The sun vanished behind the cloud. Give him a week without a job and all his money will vanish. To motivate me to create more videos, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the bell. Tradition. Tradition. Tradition refers to a custom or belief that is passed down through generations. It can also refer to a long-established practice. For example, Thanksgiving dinner is a tradition in many American households. The wedding ceremony followed traditional customs and rituals. Rural. Rural. Rural describes an area or countryside that is located outside of cities or towns. It typically implies a sparser population and focus on agricultural activities. For example, my grandparents live in a small rural village surrounded by farmland. The rural landscape is characterized by rolling hills and open fields. The word number 3 is burden. Burden. Burden refers to the heavy load or a source of difficulty, responsibility, or worry. For example, she carried the burden of caring for her sick parents. The financial burden of his student loans weighed heavily on his shoulders. Number 4 is campus. Campus. Campus refers to the grounds and buildings of a college, university, or a school. For example, the campus of the university is spacious and beautiful. Students often gather in the campus library to study and collaborate. The word number 5 is majority. Majority. Majority refers to the greater part or the larger number of something. It suggests that more than half a group or population possesses a particular characteristics or opinion. For example, the majority of the students voted in favor of extending the school day. In most countries, the majority of people speak the national language. Number 6 is assemble. Assemble. Assemble means to gather or bring together people or things in one place or group. For example, we will assemble in the conference room for the meeting at 10 p.m. Explore. Explore. Explore means to examine or travel to discover or learn about something new. For example, they decided to explore the ancient ruins during their vacation. The students were encouraged to explore different career options. Topic. Topic. Topic refers to the subject of a conversation, discussion, a piece of writing, or any form of communication. For example, the professor introduced a new topic for class discussion. The book covers a wide range of topics related to environmental conservation. Debate. Debate. Debate means discussing or arguing different points of view on a particular topic, often in a formal setting. For example, the candidates engaged in a heated debate during the political campaign. The students debated the pros and cons of using social media in the classroom. Probe. Probe. Probe refers to a thorough investigation or exploration of something, often to gather information or uncover details. For example, the detective used a probe to search for evidence at the crime scene. The journalist conducted a probe into the company's financial practices. Reform. Reform. Reform means to make changes or improvements to something in order to correct problems. For example, the government implemented reforms to improve the education system. The organization is working on a proposal to reform its internal policies. Approach. Approach. Approach means to come near or closer to something or someone to make contact or initiate communication. For example, John approached the teacher after class to ask a question. The company decided to approach their clients with a new marketing strategy. Detect. Detect. Detect means to discover or identify the presence or existence of something. For example, the security system detected movement outside the house. The doctor detected a slight irregularity in the patient's heartbeat. Defect. Defect. Defect means a flaw or imperfection in something or someone. For example, the car had a manufacturing defect that caused the brakes to malfunction. The company recalled the product due to a defect in its design. The next word is employee. Employee. Employee means a person who works for someone else or a company in exchange for salary. For example, the company hired several new employees to handle the increased workload. Molly has been a loyal employee of the company for over 10 years. The next word is neglect. Neglect. Neglect means give too little care or attention to something or someone. For example, the landlord neglected to repair the leaking roof, causing further damage to the house. It is essential that you do not neglect your homework. Deceive. Deceive. Deceive means make someone believe as true to something that is false. For example, the scammer deceived the elderly couple into giving him their life savings. Sarah was hurt when she discovered that her best friend had deceived her about a secret. Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly means certainly or without a doubt. For example, the team's star player was undoubtedly the key to their victory. The new restaurant with its unique decoration was undoubtedly the talk of the town. The next word is popular. Popular. Popular means famous or someone who is liked by most people. For example, the popular TV show attracted millions of viewers every week. Ronaldo and Messi are the most popular people around the world. Throw. Throw. Throw means complete or being all that is needed. For example, our teacher asked me to write my detailed and thorough biography. The police made a thorough search of the house after the crime had been reported. Client. Client. Client means customer or a person that receives services. For example, Elon Musk tried to get Google to be a client of his company. If you do not improve your services, all your clients will vanish. Comprehensive. Comprehensive. Comprehensive means complete. For example, the textbook provides a comprehensive overview of world history. We offer our customers a comprehensive range of financial products. Defraud. Defraud. Defraud means take money and rights by cheating. For example, she was caught attempting to defraud the company. By defrauding his friends, Jack ruined a family tradition of honesty. Postpone. Postpone. Postpone means to delay or reschedule something to a later time or date. For example, the young couple wanted to postpone their wedding until they were sure they could handle the burdens of marriage. I had to postpone my vacation because of an unexpected work assignment. Consent. Consent. It means to give permission or agree to something. For example, she asked for my consent before using my photographs in her presentation. My father would not consent to our plan. Massive. Massive. It means very large in size or quantity. For example, the earthquake caused a massive destruction to the city. The company announced a massive discount on its products for the holiday season. Capsule. Capsule. It means a small container or covering. For example, the medicine is available in capsule form for easy consumption. She carried a small capsule containing her important documents. Preserve. Preserve. It means to protect or to keep safe. For example, it is important to preserve historical artifacts for future generations. The organization works to preserve forests. Denounce. Denounce. It means to publicly condemn or to give information to the police or another authority about someone's illegal political activities. For example, the organization issued a statement to denounce the government's action. She denounced him to the police. Unique. Unique. Unique means being the only one of its kind. For example, each person's fingerprints are unique. Ronaldo and Messi are unique between all football players. Torrent. Torrent. Torrent means a large amount of water moving very quickly and strongly in a particular direction. After 5 days of heavy rain, the river was a very violent torrent. After the heavy rain, the river turned into a torrent, making it dangerous to cross. Resent. Resent. It means to feel angry or upset about a situation or about something that someone has done. For example, he resented having to work overtime without any additional payment. She bitterly resented his mother's influence over him. Molest. Molest. Molest means to attack or harm someone, especially a child, by touching them in a sexual way. The woman reported her neighbor for demolishing her in the elevator. My neighbor was molested when walking home from the subway. Gloomy. Gloomy. Gloomy means dark and depressing, especially in a way that makes you feel sad. For example, it was a gloomy room with one small window. Jones Beach is not so beautiful on gloomy day. Unforeseen. Unforeseen. Unforeseen means unexpected. For example, due to unforeseen situation, the play has been cancelled. The sudden change in weather created unforeseen challenges for the outdoor event. Vicinity. Vicinity. Vicinity refers to the area near a particular place. For example, I live in the vicinity of the park, so I can take a break every day. The stolen car was found in the vicinity of the hospital. Century. Century. Century means a period of 100 years. For example, the Eiffel Tower was built in the late 19th century. The boats were built in the last century. Rage. Rage. Rage means a strong feeling of uncontrollable anger. For example, she fell into a rage and threw all the dishes out of the window. Jack's bad manners sent her mother into rage. Document. Document. It refers to a written, printed, or electronic piece of information or record. For example, please make sure to read the document carefully before signing it. The historian spent years researching and analyzing various historical documents to write her book. Conclude. Conclude. Conclude means to end something such as a meeting, book, event, or a speech by doing or saying one final thing. For example, the meeting will conclude with a summary of the main points discussed. Max concluded his essay with a poem. Undeniable. Undeniable. Undeniable means obvious, clear, or it describes something that cannot be denied or disputed. For example, the impact of climate change on the environment is undeniable. It is undeniable that Ronaldo and Messi are the best football players. Resist. Resist means against or to stop yourself from having something that you like very much. For example, it is hard to resist the temptation of eating a piece of chocolate cake. The proposal was strongly resisted by the police. Lack. Lack refers to the absence of something, or when there is not enough of something. For example, lack of water in Africa is one of the big problems. Studies show that new parents are suffering from lack of sleep. Ignore. It means to pay no attention to something or someone. For example, I would not ignore the fact that you are suffering from your job. The teacher warned the students not to ignore the homework assignments. Challenge. It can be used as a noun or a verb and denotes a difficult task or a call to prove or test one's abilities. For example, climbing Mount Everest is a significant challenge for experienced mountaineers. She challenged him to a game of chess to see who was the better player. Miniature. Miniature means a small painting, usually of a person. It describes something that is very small in size, often a representation of a larger object. For example, the young boy wanted a miniature sports car for his birthday. The artist painted a beautiful miniature portrait of her pet cat. Source. It refers to the origin, cause, or place from which something comes. For example, the library is a great source of information for research papers. The company's main source of revenue is its online sales platform. Excel. Excel means be better than someone or do better than someone or to be exceptionally good at something. For example, Sarah excels in mathematics and always gets the highest grades in her class. Because Larry was so small, he could not excel in sports. Feminine. Feminine means having qualities or characteristics traditionally associated with women or girls. Feminine used about qualities that are considered to be typical of women. For example, she wore a beautiful feminine dress to the party. The author's writing style is often described as feminine because she explores themes of emotions and relationships. Mount. To climb a hill, mountain, or to go up a step or stairs. For example, Congressman Jones mounted the platform to make his speech. The cyclist mounted his bike and started pedaling uphill. Compete means to try to gain something and stop someone else from having it or having as much of it. For example, the two teams will compete against each other in the basketball tournament. The singers competed in a talent show, hoping to impress the judges and win the grand prize. Dread means to worry about something that is going to happen or may happen. For example, I've got an interview tomorrow and I'm dreading it. The students dreaded the upcoming exam because they had not studied enough. Masculine means having qualities considered to be typical of men or of what men do. For example, she has a very masculine voice that commands attention. The action movie is known for its intense fight scenes and masculine energy. Menace means threat, warning, something or someone that is dangerous. For example, your aggressive dog was a menace to the neighborhood, often chasing people on the street. The storm clouds gathered overhead, signaling a menace of heavy rain and strong winds. Tendency If someone or something has a tendency to do or become a thing, they are likely to do or become it. For example, Sarah has a tendency to be shy and prefers to spend time alone. The tendency in all human beings is to try to survive. Underestimate. Underestimate. It means to think that someone is not as good as they really are, or to think or guess that something is smaller, cheaper, easier than it really is. For example, we underestimated how long it would take to get there. Jane's colleagues underestimated her ability to lead the project, but she proved them wrong by delivering excellent results. Victorious. Victorious. Victorious means having achieved victory or success in a competition or battle. For example, the team celebrated their victorious win in the championship game. In the last match, Jack was the captain of the victorious team. Numerous. Numerous. Numerous means a large number, plentiful, or many in quantity. For example, the library has numerous books on various subjects. The company received numerous applications for the job opening. Flexible. Flexible. Things that are flexible can change or be changed easily. For example, yoga helps improve flexibility and strength in the body. The project deadline was changed, but the team was flexible enough to accommodate the new timeline. Exaggerate. Exaggerate. Exaggerate means to overstate or to make someone greater than it is. For example, personally I think society exaggerates the importance of marriage. Don't exaggerate the size of the fish you caught. It was just a small one. Immature. Immature. Immature means a non-professional person or someone who you think is not very skilled at something. For example, John is an immature photographer who loves taking pictures in his spare time. The play was performed by a group of talented immatures from the local theater club. Mediocre. Mediocre. Mediocre means neither good nor bad, means average. For example, the movie wasn't a great one, it was only mediocre. Despite his efforts, his performance in the game was mediocre compared to his usual standards. Variety. Variety. Variety means a number of different things. For example, the supermarket offers a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. The variety of people are living in the USA. Valid. Valid. Valid means acceptable or well-founded. For example, your passport will be valid if it has not expired. You are not valid to apply to US scholarships if you didn't take the TOEFL test. Survive. Survive. Survive means to continue to live after an accident. For example, in 2008 when our plane crashed, only 12 of 140 passengers survived. Only one building in the town have survived from the earthquake. Weird. Weird. Weird means strange or not easily explainable or understood. For example, historical places are weird and wonderful. Sarah has a weird habit of collecting unusual things. Prominent. Prominent. Prominent means important or noticeable. For example, her beautiful eyes are the prominent feature of her face. The artist's work is displayed in prominent galleries around the world. Security. Security. Security means the state of being protected from harm or danger. For example, the security guard checked everyone's identification before allowing them to enter the building. Parenting is about giving your child security and love. Bulky. Bulky. Something that is bulky is bigger than other things of its type and is difficult to carry or move. For example, the package was too bulky to fit into the mailbox. The massive disc was quite bulky and impossible to carry. Reluctant. Reluctant. Reluctant means unwilling to do something. For example, my friend was reluctant to ask for help because he didn't want to appear weak. My father is reluctant to talk about his childhood. Obvious. Obvious. Obvious means easily understood or clear. For example, it is obvious that sun rises in the east. The answer to the math problem was so obvious that everyone in the class knew it.